Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. It's early afternoon almost. So today I really wanted to come on just for a few minutes and talk about my observation just in working with clients who are living low carb or ketogenic lifestyles. And this is just really something I observe, but I have a feeling it's an obstacle that many of you will relate to. I'm Stacey Portugal, and I help women over 40 lose the weight and gain their confidence through low carb living. So I have many clients who live low carb or a ketogenic lifestyle. In fact, I'd say pretty much all my clients do. And they lose weight really successfully. But one thing I notice that is the most consistent obstacle is eating enough fat. So you would think this isn't really much of an obstacle. I mean, fat's delicious. We all love it. How could it be a problem? Well, my theory on that is that we still kind of have the remnants of a low-fat mentality. And I am the exact same way. Like sometimes I really have to keep looking at my macros and I say to myself, wow, I could still eat some more fat. And it's a happy thing, but it's not a habit to eat fat. So really consciously eating more fat when you're eating low carb is really important. And I'm going to tell you why. Carbohydrates and fat have an inverse relationship. So when one is high, the other should be low. So for example, if you are eating a high carb, low fat diet, you may have success. When you are eating a low carb diet, you should be eating a high fat diet because your body needs some energy and your body primarily uses either carbs or fat for fuel. So you could get stuck if you are eating a low carb, low fat diet simultaneously. Your body does not have a source of fuel. And I don't know for sure, but it's my guess that that would slow your metabolism. So you really need to train your body to use fat for fuel when you're eating low carb. And the way to train your body is to make fat really available. So how do you make fat available? Well, you need to add fat to really every meal. And my suggestion, it's not my suggestion, this is what I do, is I try to have at least 20 grams of fat per meal. So I'm eating 60 grams plus per day. That's about what I do. So here's some questions to ask yourself about your own diet if you are feeling stuck and you're trying to do a low carb or a ketogenic lifestyle. The first question is, how much fat are you actually eating? And this is where tracking comes in really, really handy. Using a free app like MyFitnessPal is really helpful. So you can look on the nutrition page and just see how many grams of fat you've eaten that day. The second question, if you're not eating enough fat and you are indeed eating low carb, is where can I add some more fat? So really taking a look at the hard numbers, thinking about what your personal favorite sources of fat are and how much you would need in each meal to get to that desired number, whatever your desired number is. And the third question you should ask yourself is, what are my preferred sources of fat? Like, what do I enjoy? So I'll give you a few examples of fat that I enjoy. I really love cheese. I know not everyone can tolerate it, but I love cheese. I put feta cheese in my salad most every day. I love yogurt, and so I try to eat 2%. Sometimes I eat whole yogurt. I kind of prefer 2%, but whole yogurt is like eating cream. So adding, a quarter or a half a cup of berries and some nuts to yogurt, I think is really delicious. And it really gives you a lot of fat and also a lot of protein in one sitting. I really like avocado. My daughter is an avocado nut. She's nuts for avocado. And so a lot of times I'll just eat like a quarter of an avocado on the side of whatever I'm eating, or I could incorporate it into a salad or as a topping on meat or chicken. I also really love ground flaxseed, and you have to eat it ground because if you eat the whole seed, your body doesn't break the seed down, so you actually eliminate it whole. So you want to make sure you're buying ground, and it's kind of like eating breadcrumbs, so I add it to yogurts and salads and smoothies. It's a great thickener, and it's a great source of fat. I love nuts and seeds. I eat both of those. They add great crunch. They're really filling and satisfying. And I had one other thing I wanted to tell you, one other fat source. Let me just think about what that was. Peanut butter, if you're eating like the real deal, nut butter, no added oils, no added sugars, just really ground nuts. I think that's really delicious. And using celery as your source of delivery is really, really delicious. Sometimes I'll even have a teaspoon of peanut butter with some dark chocolate morsels on it. Delicious. And there wasn't one other source of fat, and I can't think of it now that I wanted to tell you that I love. But anyway, point being that you really have to think about the sources of fat that you enjoy and how are you incorporating those into your diet, and are you actually getting enough fat to make low carb living successful for you. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I hope you'll join us for the Keto Cure. Registration does end tomorrow on Friday. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.